Hello everybody. Today we are going to do a little bit of an introductory model making project. What we're going to be making is a very simple box out of cardboard before we start going into lessons about how to make an actual stage model. So things that you're going to need today. One, you're going to want to have a piece of cardboard. Doesn't particularly matter the size. We're going to be making a 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot box in 1/4 inch scale. So it's going to have to be, about that big at most. I would say you'd be able to get all the material out of that. Additionally, you are going to need your T-square. You are going to need an X-Acto knife or a box cutter. You are going to need a pencil that is sharpened. You're going to need a sharpening pencil sharpener so that you can keep it sharp. You're going to need your corkback ruler, and you're going to need a scale rule. Architectural, please. Right? So in that way you have all the things that you need in order to make a scale model of something. Okay? So we are going to just jump right in. Again, we are making a 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot box out of cardboard. Now, one of the things to remember about cardboard is that if you look at it, you've got the covering sheet on either side, and then in between you've got what looks like sort of 2 layers of corrugated material. It's important to know and think about the material that you're working with. So know that you need to be using a sharp blade so that it can cut through these things cleanly. Okay? Awesome. So let's jump in. I'm going to clear off my work mat here, and I'm going to check my pencil real fast. I think that can get a little bit sharper. There we go. Again, not ever a bad thing to be like super, super, super on top of keeping your pencil sharp. We're going to start at very first with our scale rule, our pencil, and our T-square. So everything else can sort of be put to the side for the moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start and give myself some guidelines for my 10 foot. So I've got a nice 90 degree. So I'm gonna find 1/4 inch scale, right? There we go, 1/4 inch scale. I'm going to move this out of the way so it can actually do what I need it to do. I'm gonna find the 10 with the edge, right? So my 10's right on the edge. I'm gonna mark it 0. I'm gonna do that twice along this edge. Mark it 0. And then I am going to make my line across. Right? I lied. You're not going to be using your T-square. You're going to be using your corkback ruler. Next. Then I lied. You're not going to be using your T-square. You're going to be using your corkback ruler. Next, uncover your knife, get your corked back ruler, lay your corked back ruler on top of your cutting mat or cutting surface, whatever it is you've decided to use. Just make sure that it's something you don't mind getting scuffed up a bit, because I mean, you are cutting it with a knife. So again, really sharp blade, super important, okay? First pass, scoring paths through the top layer. Second pass, deeper through the corrugation. Third pass, deeper. Should go all the way through. Let's do a 4th pass. Did you hear how golden that sound was? That was like beautiful. And there, by using the corkback ruler really strongly, right? We get this really nice cut, right? Look at that. Now, the other way is going to be a little bit more difficult because it's going across the grain of the cardboard. That won't happen later on with foam core when we're putting together the stage model, but you need to be aware of it now. So next, I've got this piece, right? This is really all the material we should need for all of this. If we can get, how many sides does the box have? 6. So we need 6 cuts out of this. So our next step is to go 1 by 1. Again, 1/4" scale. I'm going to put this end at 0 this time, and I'm going to cover my X-Acto blade because I'm taking a little break from it. 0, mark at 10. I'm going to mark at 20. I'm going to mark at 30. I'm going to mark at 40. So we're not quite going to get enough out of here. Bummer, dude. Now, I did that in the middle, which may have been a little bit silly, but now I'm going to put it at the edge. I'm going to do it again. 10, 20, 30, 40. Then I can take my corkback ruler, and literally, I'm playing connect the dots. Right? I like scribing the pencil line while doing this because it just, like, I could right now just cut the line. But having the pencil line gives me a little bit of security in terms of having something to bounce what I'm doing off of. Scribe that line for easy access. Scribe this line. Great. And that's looking pretty good. So now I can cut those up. And get that right back on. Undo my thing. Pass 1. Pass 2. Pass 3. Pass 4. Right? We're going to speed up now and do the rest. I'm also going to speed up and get the other 2 made. It's the exact same process as before. 10-foot strip, 10 by 10 squares. Bummer, dude. But that is still useful, and I'll let you know why in a little bit, all right? Okay, so at this point, we've got 6 sides. A box has 6 sides. Isn't that great? We've got 2 that have a little bit of a snafu on it, right? And that's okay. The reason why that's okay is because we're going to be doing something called coping the sides. If we were to put these boxes together just as is, you would see at least some part of the corrugated side. But that's ugly. We don't want it to be ugly. We want it to be look like a solid box. So the way we do it is very, very simple. And I'll use one of these messed up ones as my example. So you're going to take a good side. What you're going to do is you're going to line it up with the edge and then mark in along here so that what you've got at that point is this line. Is that accurate? More or less. So you want that to be flush, right? And then, there we go. And then you've got this line. So coping is the removal of material so that two ends can meet in a pretty way. So you're hiding the mistakes, right? So what we're going to do is we're lining this puppy up, right? I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to do 1, 2. I'm doing much slighter cuts right now, right? So I'm taking things away. 3. What I am absolutely not doing is going all the way through. See how there's no mark here? And then what I can do is this. This is the only freehanding you're going to pretty much be doing through the whole thing. You're freehanding that away. And now, what I have is the ability to make that pretty edge. Look at how pretty that is. It's like beauteous, right? So we're going to do that a couple of times. We're going to do that. We're going to take these two and we're going to do it here and here. We're going to leave 2 as they are, and then we're going to do 2 and do it around all 4 sides. Okay? Here we go. And we'll go with the speed up. Okay, so blades away. All my cutting is done, which is great. And now, glue. Like that product placement? I'm not getting sponsored. It's very sad. I feel like I should. I'm just kidding. Elmer's can find me when they're ready. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a bead of glue right there. Bead of glue right there. Doesn't even have to be that much. I'm going to take these. I'm going to put it right there. Put it right there now. The other thing you can do, stand it up like so. And now we're gonna let that dry. So I've been sitting here letting this dry for about 15-20 minutes, and we should be ready to go for the next step. So one of the things that I want to show you is that now we've got this 3-sided box, right? Isn't that lovely? I just want to show you how this works, okay? So basically this is a plug that plugs into that. And what that does, as you can see, is it creates some really nice seams, right? Now, there are some little sections like this that I might want to clean up, and I'm going to because I'm feeling thorough. And what I'll do is simply so now that I've cleaned it up a little bit, it's going to sit a little bit happier, right? And so if you look at it from the other side, you've got that nice little box, right? And I can put it either way because, well, we've made a box. So what I'm going to do here, I've got my glue. plug. And put the plug in there. Awesome. And then I'm going to take my last side. Great. And now we've got this box, right? And if you let that dry, it'll do well. One of the things that you can do that might help it dry is find some weight. So I'm going to take 3 books and rest them on top. And there you go. Technical theater for non-technical people. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make a box. Now my box has dried, and as you can see, the seams are nice and closed. And it's solid as a rock because the glue is doing its work. So that's the end of our cardboard box lesson, and there'll be more along the way. Thanks so much.